They have to be so low to look good.
I'm probably accidentally shitting on some like $5,000 over-fenders kit. I'm not doing it on purpose. It just looks weird to me.
I know that his car's super fast, so I need to make these adjustments. Still got me.
He goes, I don't know if I got this. And then he goes just like this. Let's find out. And he puts the car in gear, and I was like, manly as.
That was when the Orbi guns came out.
And they were hooking up DeWalt batteries too.
Dude, Adam made me bleed.
Really?
Jesus. Adam shot me like point blank with like an upgraded one. So the engine in the BMW right now is, Garrett turbo. It's actually a really small turbo, G42 1200. It's only a 73 millimeter turbo, but it was choked out because it's a 6.3 liter now, dart block.
Okay.
Brodix heads, built my Michelin Racing engines, BTR parts all through it. Not crazy overbuilt, just money. Like the block costs a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
The heads cost a lot of money, but it's nothing like crazy out of the ordinary. It's just expensive parts that were put in it.
So this is probably, I'm sure that I have this in the notes somewhere. Why is it so loud? Why does it make that noise?
Dude,
Dude, there's a lot of lore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like people want to
So
know
many
about
people ask, and honestly, it's hard for me to tell. It's just, I have a soft cut rev limiter, and my tuner, like one time we were on the dyno, he's like, I'm gonna change your rev limiter. I was like, cool. And he changed when we're on the dyno, we don't have the rev limiter like set for aggressive, because we're just doing pulls. And I took the car from the dyno and it made like crazy power. And I go out and I was doing an event at Streetcar Takeover where I'm the one that's hosting the event. Well, I was like, well, I'm gonna give some people some ride-alongs, and I go out and I run up on the run-up and I hit the rev limiter, and it's like this crazy backfire. And I was like, dude, I think the car's broke. And then like I kept going though, because
awesome.
I'm usually very dumb, and if my car,
Same.
if like something's wrong, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna finish the lap.
Yeah, right.
And then like the whole time it was just like boom, 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 all around the track, like echoing at Beach Bend. And everyone's like, dude, what's wrong with your car? I was like, dude, I don't know. So I called the tuner.
That was fun.
And I was like, hey, man, like, what happened to my, like, it's popping really loud. He's like, yeah, I changed the rev limiter. He's like, I didn't know what it would do, like, we didn't expect it. I was like, well, everyone loves it, so we're leaving it. And it's just like we left it since,
Dude, that video, that one that's like, I don't remember who made the video, but it's like, it's like Honest Trailers, but it's for Formula Drift, and it's like, it goes all the way down through, and it's like, you can watch Chris Forsberg light his car on fire, and it's like, and Jonathan Cash.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
It's so funny, man. It does sound crazy.
I have to leave that, though. Like, all the fans and stuff that, like, know, like, I've built this, representation off of that, basically.
Yeah.
So like everyone's like, dude, your car sounds insane, and like that's the only thing right now. Like, when you come into FD, like either you're gonna be not really seen or you're gonna make a huge impact at some way. Maybe I'm not making a huge impact, but like I'm making some impact.
I mean,
and that's just huge,
Yeah, I don't know, man. You made it into a video where someone, like, that was what they talked about. They're like, and Jonathan Cash.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta have that. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Why'd you switch from the G37 then? Was it just because you wanted to?
No, my whole team was like, you need to have a BMW, and I'm like, I just don't like a BMW. They're like, dude, their chassis is so good, I'm like, and I think it was big because everyone was like, Denofa says it's the best chassis, at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I just don't like the way they look.
Dude, see, I'm
all
not
this stuff.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, I hate it. Dude,
I don't get it.
I prefer the E36, like the body style of it over the 46.
I don't like my car at all, to be honest with you.
Damn.
But the thing is, I want to win. Like, I want a Pro 1 podium, and on a budget, there's one option right now, and that's an E46.
That's crazy.
Like the G.
Okay, what's the difference then?
It's got a trailer arm. It's got a front rack. They're easy to make light. I mean, there's parts everywhere. The body kits are, cheap. I mean, everything is just cheap for it, and it's simple. And just the suspension design is just got so much grip, from the factory. Yeah, it's just insane.
I've heard that.
So, like, there's 3 arms in the back. There's a trailing arm, and then you got the 2 other arms, and I mean, that's it. Yeah. The other car, I got 5 arms, and you got to worry about adjusting them. The toe correction and all that stuff under. And all that stuff.
Annoying as fuck.
Yep. So the BMW though, it's like easy, and also like in the front, it's easy. Like if you wreck it, there's one arm, and that's it. So
That makes sense.
I don't know.
That's funny. I'm really happy to
on
know
a budget,
that I'm not the only
it
person
makes
that
sense.
doesn't like BMWs. Like I'm not like a hater. Like I'm not like, ew, you have an E36. I just like I'm just not into it. It's not my thing.
I think they can. I think there's some that can look cool, but the problem is like they have to be so low to look good, and then it literally defeats
big body
the
kit.
purpose of the car
Of having the really good suspension. Yeah. So like I don't know. Adam LZ's car with the weird rear flares that they did. I don't know if that's like see, this is like the thing about the podcast is
I feel like Adam's car only looks weird because it has a 315 on the back of it, and it's not supposed to.
I just mean the huge bulge. Maybe that's what it is. And like I'm probably accidentally shitting on some like $5,000 over fenders kit. I'm not doing it on purpose. It just looks weird to me. Like the back of the car.
I think the kit looks good. It's just the tire is so big, so it just makes it
so fast,
sit so raked. Oh, it is. I hate that car, dude. I was so mad. Like at the 50K event, I had to go against him. Well, in practice, I went against him, and I was like, okay, this car's super fast on the run up, right? So I go to battle him, and I'm like, I know that his car's super fast, so I need to make these adjustments. Still got me. I was like, damn. How?
Dude, so one of the things that I noticed him, because I watch him like religiously, and so one of the things at the 50K, he has an in-car camera, and he's talking about you, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go against Jonathan. He's the big boy. I don't know if I got. And like, have you ever watched his in-car video?
Yeah, I watched that.
He talks to himself.
Yeah, he just rambles.
Yeah, and he goes, I don't know if I got this. And then he goes just like this. He goes, let's find out. And he puts the car in gear, and I was like, manly as fuck. And then he went after you. I
definitely made a mistake too. Like that. Another thing is that 50K event was pretty legit. Like you would think it wasn't going to be like as professional as it was, but the judging was great. The event ran smooth. Like that's everything was on time.
I like
that was really cool. That whole event was really cool, actually.
Yeah, I like those videos. I like that particular video.
That was when the Orbi guns came out too.
Yeah. And they were hooking up DeWalt batteries to
dude. Adam made me bleed.
Modified Orbi gun.
Really?
Jesus, Adam shot me like point blank with like a upgraded one. Like multiple times, and it made me bleed in the back.
There's your real dog.
Gotcha, bitch.
It made you bleed. That's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome,
but that started a war though. That was actually one of the I had more fun at that event than like any event because Adam and his whole crew they spent a ton of money on those guns, so everyone had them. We were all like, we weren't worried about the competition. We were worried about if we were about to get shot or not. And funny thing is, after our battle, me and Adam, the second run, I look over and we're on the backstretch, and he points over and he's shooting me with his gun. And I was so mad I didn't have my gun because I took it out to the opening ceremony and was shooting at him.
I remember that now. Yeah, he's shooting at you. I thought in the video you didn't catch it though. That's hilarious.
I was so mad though.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, why do I not have my gun right now?
Oh, we're gonna have to get some of those.
Dude, they're fun.
We go to the track.
Dude, they sold one. And they have one at Walmart.
They're all over Walmart.
Yeah, it was
now.
like $46.
Yep.
I thought about bringing one home and just fucking like shooting my entire family, like all John Wick style.
I'm cutting you.
Like roly polies through the house. Okay, so have you had any issues with the E46? Like, is there any kind of weird
I
shit?
wrecked it in a wall in 7 laps and totaled it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I wasn't
that's definitely an issue.
Yeah.
No,
I meant,
to be honest with you, I never even drove one before I wrecked it or before I got built this car. So I'm 7 laps in a chassis that I hadn't driven and totaled it. So it's not straight. The strut tire's off. Like I don't even know what a straight E46 drives like. But I do know that the second lap at Long Beach, I immediately radioed to my guys and this was the best decision we made. This car is insane.